Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, as you all know, there are very few occasions where I rise to speak against a bill. And today I'm doing that, and I have a unique experience to share with you all, so I wanted to quickly mention that. As you all know, I subscribe to the faith of Islam. I'm a Muslim, and I still oppose this because we have a reason that we need to keep the faith and state separate, right? There's a separation of church and state for a reason. And I give you an example that I think everybody here will agree with me. If there's a Muslim teacher, and if this bill passes, so there's a Muslim teacher in our schools that encourages all students to recite the Quran, pray 5 times a day for that day or multiple days. Students, a classroom full of students that are Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, other faith traditions. But that teacher can encourage the students, and not only encourage, they can give extra points on the next test. She or he can say, tomorrow's test, everybody that prays on the Quran today and prays 5 times a day will get 5 extra points on tomorrow's test. It's a bonus point. Do we want that?
Mr. Speaker.
Think about the power imbalance.
Mr. Frank, for what purpose?
Does the gentleman yield?
Will the gentleman yield
Yes,
for questions?
I yield for questions.
The gentleman yields.
Yeah, Representative, you were talking about the separation of church and state. Did you not file a bill in public education this year that would have allowed 30 minutes of mindfulness in the public school?
I absolutely did, sir.
And is mindfulness not something which is fine, but is part of the Buddhist tradition?
Absolutely not. It could be part of Buddhist tradition or other faith tradition, but the mindfulness that we were talking about, it has nothing to do with religion. In fact, I even made that comment while presenting it.
I know the
that
comment
mindfulness
that you made,
has nothing. It is a science. It has nothing to do with religion, because you're not talking about God. You're not praying to any being. You're just making sure your mind is decluttered.
So you think it's appropriate that we teach mindfulness, but we can't allow people to learn about religion in school?
We can have religion in school. We are learning about religion in school. I'm not saying that no to that, but I do agree that we should have mindfulness. There are countless youth whose mental health has been improved from doing mindfulness. There are studies. Go read the studies, Representative.
I think it's clear that mindfulness is a religious teaching, and I think you are.
I mean, that is your opinion, Representative Frank, and I appreciate and I respect your opinion.
Yeah.
But we can agree to disagree on that mindfulness has nothing to do with religion.
I think the thing with this bill is it is open to any religion, as opposed to, frankly, your bill, which was narrowly crafted to only one. So thank you.
It was not crafted to any Buddhist religion, but again, we can agree to disagree. But let me talk about the power imbalance that we have. If a principal comes in and encourages a student to say, pray 5 times a day, do this or do that, do you not realize there's a power imbalance? Why are we allowing this to happen? Do we even need this? And if, let's say, I am very devout Muslim and I want my kids to have the faith teachings, I have an option. We have so many religious schools, Christian, Jewish, Muslim schools. Parents can send them to those schools if you really want your kids to learn about your faith. But why are we adding this in the public school system? And members, as an attorney, I feel this is unconstitutional. And we will be paying taxpayer dollar. We'll be spending taxpayer dollars on attorneys, on court fees. For what? Why do we need this? Members, I really urge you not to go on the bandwagon of partisan politics here. Think outside and say, we do not want any schools to encourage people and indoctrinate them for any particular religion. It is not right, and I urge you to vote no for this bill. Thank you so much.